welcome to Talk That Talk.
Yeah, so it's Beyonce. Yeah, so it's Beyonce.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talk That Talk. I am your host, Tamara Simone, and I got some still amazing women up in here. I got my girl Brittany. Hello, Brittany. And this episode is going to be about digging into the restaurant industry, and I have someone special with me. She is the definition. She started from the bottom, and now she is at the top, living her best life. Yeah. I got my girl Sunny in here. How you doing, girl?
Guys, good. How are you?
Good. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so excited
to be here.
Yes, we've been having some great conversations before, and I was like, no, we need to stop. We need to get on the show right now. We got to get it on. But so tell me about it. How you started off in the restaurant industry.
I started off desperate, pretty much. I was basically looking just for anything. My first job was Walmart, and I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
Not for me.
And so I just started applying at all these restaurants for like server jobs, because there's kind of like, in the community, you make really good tips and you this and that. So I applied for this little Mexican restaurant across the street from my house. And they gave me my first job, but they gave me such a hard time. Like, the restaurant industry was going to be really hard, and they grilled me in my interview.
So did that, like, turn you away? Like, what made you continue?
No, it made me want to do it more, because he really looked at me and was like, oh, your first job was Walmart. You probably have horrible customer service. And I was just like,
what?
Oh, I'm going to have to go in here and show him exactly, like, how, like, I don't know. Don't tie me in with that. And so within like my first month and a half of being in the restaurant, I got promoted to like a shift lead position.
Okay.
And so I definitely blew myself away, and obviously blew him away because he thought I was just.
He was like, "Oh, she's
new
to
this." I could hang.
Right? He was like, "She's new to this. She don't know what she's doing." You know.
So yeah, and then it just took off from there.
So you started off as a server, right? How was that? Because I know, I try not to go. I try to be as nice as I can to servers, because I know that is the hardest job, because I know it's something I cannot do. Like, I couldn't go up. I'll be like, can you get your own drink? Like.
Right, exactly.
So how was that?
The good thing about that restaurant that I started off in is that it was the fast casual. Okay. So we gave you your cup for your drink. You did that on your own, but we did have to bring your plates. We did have to pick up after you, and we did have to bring you anything after that you requested for. It kind of just came natural for me. I don't want to say it's something that I saw myself doing, because I don't think anyone ever really wants to be just stuck in that position. I feel like people always want to have room for growth. But it's a good place to start. It's a good place to learn patience. It's a good...
Girl, because I have none.
It's a good place to really learn good customer service, because people are impatient about food.
Girl, I already know, because I know sometimes I'd be impatient, and I try to be really nice.
It's hard. Because it's hard.
And I just know I'm the type of person I have to put myself in other people's shoes, because, I don't think I can be a server or handle that. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of pressure, tons of questions, tons of everyone staring at you as you walk by. But even to this day, even being in the restaurant industry as far as I am, I still go to, me and Brittany were at lunch last week, and I was like, girl, it's been 10 minutes. We're
like, hold up, where are they at? I need the manager.
Where's my coffee?
Man, so yeah. So being a server is hard enough, but can you explain, like, tipping? Because I know that's been a big issue, because I know it's like 10%, 20%. I really don't know, to be honest. I don't know how to tip. I'll give you, like, $5, $10. I don't know if that's like the proper way to tip, but if you're not a good server, I will not tip you at all. I'm that person. Like, and I know it's hard, and I know it's so bad. So just explain tipping. Like, tell me what I need to do better at. Like, what I need to do, girl.
Tipping should always go based off of how much your bill is, really. So it's the bottom realm of tipping is 15%. Usually, you should tip 15% of whatever your bill was. I grew up in a family where you had to tip if your service was bad. Because a lot of people don't know that sometimes your server the tip doesn't go straight just to her. She either has to split them with her team, or like in my first restaurant that I worked at, all the tips went in one jar, and all those tips were split with whoever was on your shift.
Stop it.
Yes.
So it wasn't
servers, No, so it's just not true. So you have to be very mindful of those people sometimes share tips. So, like, she may have had bad customer service, but part of that tip probably goes to her cook. There's a lot of places where
so you, hold on, you got to tip the cook?
Yes, you have to tip. All your tips are shared, like, in the small, fast casual restaurants, all your tips go into a tip jar, and you're tipping out the whole place with whatever tips.
And before you get yours. So you gotta tip the host. You gotta tip the.
Usually they'll put it in one big pot and they'll split it evenly with everyone who worked on a shift with you. And so a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know. Even in big restaurants, corporate restaurants, sometimes you can choose if you would like to, but they strongly promote tipping out your cook before you leave for your shift.
Stop it. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. So now if the food was good, think about that. Like, my food was good.
So you're basically tipping like 5 other people. Yeah. Stop it. Yes. Y'all, I didn't know that. Now I feel extra bad. I feel extra bad. Like, man, because, sometimes when I get bad service, I'm like, you don't deserve a tip. You don't deserve. But, like, now I think about it like, you got to think about the cook. You got to think about the host. You got to think about the busboys. You got to think about all those people make tips, and you never see their faces. So whoever's serving at your table, maybe she has an attitude, but it's going to she's going. Let me ask you something else. How does like the credit cards work? When you tip with the credit card or your card, like how does that go into a pot? Like how does that?
Yep, everything. Well, and I mostly work in small restaurants. Mm-hmm. Corporate sometimes tends to differ. Yeah. But you still have to tip out. All those credit card tips are. It's the same thing. They count it just as money. So at our restaurant, because it's smaller, when someone leaves a credit card tip, we take that money automatically out of the register when they leave it, and we put it in the jar. Wow. We split it with everyone.
Wow. Stop. See, I'm thinking this whole time when I be tipping my waiter, it just go to her. No. I thought it just went to her. Oh my gosh. That's big. I am sorry to all the waitresses and waiters out there that I did not tip because now I feel extra bad. Man,
it's a rough industry out there.
Yeah, it's rough industry. So how do you deal with that? Because I know you have like being, when you were a server, like dealing with rude customers. Like, how do you bite your tongue? Like, how do you
Honestly, I don't know how it came about because now that I have kids, I definitely don't have enough patience, and I'm like quick to snap. Yeah. But I'm so comfortable in that industry, and even when I first started out, the mad girls would come to me like, can you deal with this customer? Because he's upset. And I know. And for me, it was just like, my granny raised me, and she's always calm, cool, and collective. Doesn't matter if she's mad. Doesn't matter if she's upset. And so I kind of just took that, and it was just like, okay, well, that's my job. Yeah. My job is to make sure that I put on the front for you to think that I'm happy and that I like my job and I love my job. Yeah. I mean, I do, but... Yeah. It's our responsibility to, and that goes along with tipping too. Yeah. You want to tip. If he's mad, fix it. Your customer is always right. And, make him feel welcome and make him feel like he can have whatever he wants.
Yeah. So, okay, you've been in the restaurant industry for how long?
About 5 years now.
5 years. Yeah. So what are some risks you had to take to get to where you are now?
I took probably the biggest risk I've taken was taking time away from my kids and my family.
Yeah, because you have 2 daughters, right?
I have 2 daughters. My first job was really demanding. I worked a lot of long hours. I hopped around from 2 different locations, and I worked there, and I would get off and do a split shift and work at another location. So it took a lot of time out for my family. But I knew it was something I was passionate about. Mm-hmm. So when I had my second daughter in October, I decided that I didn't want to just be a shift lead or an assistant manager anymore, that I wanted to be a general manager. I wanted to challenge myself. Yeah. So I put myself out there, and I think putting myself out there was the biggest risk I could have taken. Because you can say whatever you want about yourself on paper. Yeah. And, really, that's what a resume is.
You can say anything.
And you can say whatever you want. But if you come to the table and you don't deliver, and you can't handle what you said you could handle, that's you. Everything boils right back down to you. So.
Man, and I was reading the little summary you sent to me. You were 9 months pregnant while you were working?
Yes.
Girl, because hold up. Because my sister, when she was 9 months pregnant, she was big as a house. So I'm like, how were you doing that? Like, I know you were so tired and you're working like long hours like that. Like, how?
Yeah, my second pregnancy, I worked 90 hours a week. I had like 2 or 3 jobs with my second baby. It was just kind of one of those things where I'm the type of person where if I have it in my head and I know it has to be done, I have to make the sacrifice. And I'm maybe tired, my feet may be swollen, but I'm gonna hustle. My bank account looks good. You know, my kids are taken care of, and that ultimately just kept me motivated because I just kind of felt like it was something that I had to do. I had no choice. Yeah, my back was against.
So you're saying, so your kids are like your biggest motivation.
My kids are my biggest motivation.
Yeah, because that's hard. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to have 2 babies and girls at that.
Yes, I definitely didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I guess I'm gonna find out.
But hey, it's girl power, and you know, women are so strong, and we handle so much, which. No man can walk in our shoes.
Never.
I'm sorry, but not sorry. Y'all can't do it like we do it because we wear like multiple hats and handle so much. It's just amazing what the women could do. You know,
it is.
We're so great at everything. So right now you're currently a general manager. So girl, you went from server to general manager, and like you basically had you ran it all. You've done it all in the restaurant industry. Would you say general manager is like your best?
No, I think no. I mean, my ultimate goal was once I figured out that I wanted to stay in the industry was I wanted my own restaurant.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, because now that I've put in so much work to make Grinston's all that it could be, I'm like, yeah, maybe I want to stay a general manager for the rest of my life, but there's so many things that come after general manager. There's, you know, if you move on to bigger corporate restaurants like Cheesecake Factory, BJ's, there's regional district manager where you're over multiple restaurants that are in your region. Yeah. There's so much money to be made. Yeah. And there's so many challenges to overcome and so much to learn. So I definitely don't want to stop at general manager. I definitely want to go as far as I can go.
But do you want to have your own restaurant, like your name, like it's you?
I definitely want my own restaurant, but right now I feel like I've put so much work into the restaurant I'm in right now that I would probably, before I stepped out on my own, would invest in that restaurant and become a partner or have my own Grinston's, and then maybe step out and build my own brand, because essentially I've put like everything that I have into Grinston's. So, that's like my little baby.
Yeah. So would you say like networking and like meeting people and opening up to different people in the restaurant industry like has helped you get to where you are now?
I definitely do. There's so many people who I feel like come in intimidated or come in because it's a tough industry. Some people don't understand.
Well, I'm already knowing.
And it really depends on what kind of boss you have, but I never hesitated to ask questions. Push for information that I felt like I wanted that was going to help me. So, you know, it's been a blessing to be able to go through all of that and not just maybe walk in. A lot of people walk into the industry with a degree. So they've had some practice. Yeah. But not real. I feel like not real practice. So they walk in with the degree but I think it's so much better when you work your way from the bottom. Then you know how to do everything, and so
and
nothing
that's like a bonus.
You.
Like, who wouldn't want someone that has everything going for them, that's done it all, has seen it all? You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. That's really awesome to experience that.
It's definitely been a blessing. So that way, when I have my own, you can't slip anything past someone who's going to support you, have your back, and who is going. There's a lot of places where if you make a mistake, that's your ass pretty much. And so to have people on my team and to have a boss where if a mistake is made, we sit down and we figure out how we're going to fix it and how we go about it better the next time is important.
Wow. Yeah. So you've been in the industry for about 5 years. You've done it all. So I know, what have you done? You've been the waitress, you've been the hostess, you've been the cook. Like, tell me about that. Like running everything and basically being everything, running every position in the restaurant industry.
I feel thankful that I have gotten the chance to do all of that. Your employees definitely respect you more when they know you can get down in the kitchen, when they know you don't mind jumping on the register, when they know you don't mind picking up people's dirty plates and throwing them away. I feel like some people think that once you become a manager, all those things go away. You don't have to work long hours anymore. You don't have to pick up plates. You don't have to really deal with the stuff that you thought you weren't. Really, you deal with it more.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's been a blessing to be able to go through all of that and not just maybe walk in. A lot of people walk into the industry with a degree. So they've had some practice.
Yeah.
But not real. I feel like not real practice. So they walk in with a degree but I think it's so much better when you work your way from the bottom. Then you know how to do everything, and so
yeah, and that's like a bonus. Like, why? Who wouldn't want someone that has everything going for them, that's done it all, has seen it all? You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. That's really awesome to experience that.
It's been it's definitely been a blessing. So that way, when I have my own, you can't slip anything past.
Yeah,
me.
You're like, because I know everything. You're like, I've been there, done that, honey. No, that's so cool. So right now, you are the general manager of Grinston's, right? Okay, so you have creative control?
Yes.
Okay, so explain that. Like, what's that? Like, you...
Creative control. So, most big restaurants that are franchises, so anything you see, Panera Bread, so on and so forth, they have a team of people who come up with the salads and the recipes and the whatever they're going to put on the menu. They have a special team who comes up with all of that.
Okay.
Grinston's special team is pretty much me and my boss. We come together and we put together ideas. But she gave me complete total control to put whatever I wanted on the menu.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, it's really big because, I mean, in the food industry, that's all you have is the menu. If your menu's not good, then
it's just not popping.
Right, exactly. You're done for. So to have complete creative control has been super important. It's been a blessing because I know I'll never get that chance again. If I step into big corporate and I work at a Cheesecake Factory and I work at a Panera, I'm never going to get that opportunity to be able to create something and say that I did that and I was a part of that team. So I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah. So how many locations do you guys have right now?
So we only have one right now. We're currently closed because we're relocating to the city of Long Beach.
Okay, LBC.
So I'm pretty excited about that. We were located in the city of Fullerton.
Okay.
We have one location, so it's like a mom and pop shop.
Yeah,
restaurant.
but those are usually the best ones.
Those are the best ones.
Ooh.
Because the food doesn't come in a bag. It doesn't, you know. I love Cheesecake Factory. I love eating in those places, but a lot of people don't know the ins and outs of the industry and what comes in a bag, what's probably been sitting in the freezer for a few days.
Stop it. Don't even get to that. No, because seriously, things be in there for years.
Yes.
Like, I know one of my friends, she was saying, yeah, I used to work at Del Taco, and we dropped all the tomatoes on the floor, and they just told me to put it back up and put it in the taco. I said, girl, what?
Yes.
Girl, what? Like, I know there's some crazy things that be going on.
There are some crazy things.
I know you witnessed, not currently at yours, but like I know you witnessed some stuff, crazy stuff. Like
definitely
that,
walking into the industry. It's you'd be surprised what goes down in that kitchen that you guys don't know about. So it makes me super cautious about where I eat. I always look at the kitchen, see what
always
it looks
look for
like.
The grade. Look for the grade if that A or D or F. Like
yes, definitely look at your grades too.
Yeah, because those are really important. How does that go about? What are the precautions for that?
It kind of just depends on what county you're in.
Okay.
A lot of Orange County only does pass or fail, so there's never really.
Oh dang! So you open or close?
Exactly. You don't get. That's it. LA County is a little bit different. You have your A's, your B's, your C's, your D's, whatever. But it all goes based off cleanliness, food temperature. They come in for
food temperature.
Mm-hmm. All your food has to sit at a certain temperature for it to be in a safe zone. So I'm telling you, there's so many ins and outs. It makes you not want to ever sit down in a restaurant because there's so many. You don't know if they have their food at the right temperature. You don't know if it's in the safe zone or the non-safe zone. How long has that meat that just came in that delivery been sitting back there waiting to go in the fridge? Like, there's just so many.
There's just so much you have to be like
on top of in order to.
So as general manager, you have to make sure everything is A1 on point. Make sure your shipping comes in on time. Make sure you get the food out. Like,
even more importantly, making sure that your employees run the same way that you run.
Yeah.
What scares me about big restaurants is that you have a different manager every shift. You got a different manager in the front shift.
Girl, I didn't even think
about it. If they don't all
things.
run the same way, then you don't really know what you're getting into.
You don't know what you're getting into. That is really intense because I never, and like my eyes are like wide open. Like I never really thought about things like that. It's a lot of work.
It is,
and it's very like the restaurant industry is very competitive. You always have people coming after you. You know?
Yes, always. It's very competitive. But Grinston's is in Fullerton. It's right next to Cal State Fullerton. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of restaurants in that area. There's a lot of big name restaurants in that area. So that's why we decided to kind of move to a location where Little Mom and Pop is a little more exclusive and they give you more of a chance. But you never know who's walking into your restaurant. We actually got voted number 3 burger in all of OC.
Stop it. How does that happen?
I don't even know because I didn't even know he stepped foot in the building.
Oh my God, wait. So the guy that was grading you guys.
You don't know that they're coming.
You don't know?
They're undercover like secret shopper. They come in, they try the food, they take pictures. So you look at people and you're like, oh, they're probably taking pictures for Yelp and and so a few weeks ago I got a screenshot from my boss and says, guess what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, we made number 3 burger in all of OC. And I'm like, what? No, we didn't.
Wow, that is huge.
It was super exciting. It's definitely super exciting because, you don't see them coming. You don't ever really know who's stepping foot in your restaurant. It could be an important person. So it's,
So you have to make sure you're on your P's and Q's at all times. Like, you can't be slacking anytime because someone just can be walking.
Those food critics, they don't come in like, hey, I'm a food critic. I'm going to, bring me your best plate. No, they just come in like a normal person.
And it's like undercover.
You better hope that it's on point.
Oh my God. Yeah. So what's on the Grinston's menu? What are like your what are the top go-to things? Because I can't wait to go down there and try it because I'm really excited.
I would say I made the whole menu, so I'm kind of biased. I'm like, I like everything on the menu.
Right? Everything on the menu is good, okay? You should try everything. So when you go in there,
come back a million times, try everything. But our Long Beach location will actually have, I'm changing the menu. It'll be a smaller menu. It'll be everything that was most popular while we were in Fullerton.
Okay.
It'll have a lot of organic, a lot of things that we already had that at Grinston's in Fullerton, but that location that we're going to is very big on organic and cage-free eggs and things like that. But
what does that mean? I see cage-free eggs. What does that mean?
Cage-free.
I'm like, what does that mean?
Are you sure you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yo, hold on. Spoiler alert.
A lot of the chickens that eggs come from, they're kept. They breed. They put a bunch of chickens in a cage and they sit there and This is why I asked if you guys want to know.
No, I want to know.
They shove so many of them like into a cage at one time.
Oh.
And that's
so you got
how
50. You got 50 chickens in one cage.
So cage-free organic just means that those chickens aren't pumped with a bunch of hormones. Those chickens are raised and breeded in a humane environment.
So when I see cage-free, it's good.
It's a go-to. Yes, it's great.
It's a go-to. Because I see it a lot, and I'm like,
white eggs are super cheap. That's why people love them, and they're affordable. But but that's any food. You don't know what you're putting into your body sometimes. So we do our best to. We have like 100% halal meat, which is
what is that? Girl, I don't know nothing. Okay, maybe I need to. You need to help me out with this.
Any antibiotics, so the animals are taken care of in a great manner. The halal is basically the food was prepared according to Islamic law. Mm-hmm. It's becoming kind of like a trend right now, and it's really important because a lot of people in the Muslim community don't have a lot of places that they can eat.
Yeah.
So being able to offer that is important.
So Grinston's is the place where they can eat.
Where they can come and they can eat. So that's
legit. That makes you guys. So would you say that's one of the reasons like that makes your restaurant so unique?
I think so. I think so. The people don't realize how big the Muslim community is, and they all they're a tight knit community. Yeah. They stick together. So if they find something that they like, you can guarantee that they're going to go tell their friends. A lot of them, there's not a lot of places for them to eat. So when they find somewhere that they can eat, it becomes really important. Everyone comes in. They become a big part of your demographic.
Wow. Yeah. That's super intense. Like. All these things I really didn't know about restaurants, and you have like literally opened my eyes. I'm like, dang.
There's so much to think about. There's so much to learn. There's so much to know. So,
man. So So, okay, so what is exactly like on the menu? You got hot dogs.
We have hot dogs. We have hamburgers. My go-to is the Meltdown, which is what got number 3.
That?
It's a 100% halal patty, and it's has cheddar and jalapeno inside of the patty. And it's kind of like my twist or our twist on a patty melt. So it's made with a brioche bun. We flip it inside out. We butter it, throw it on the grill. We put whole grilled onions. We make our Thousand Island sauce in house. So
you guys, so that's your secret sauce?
Yes, that's our G sauce. That's what we call it.
It's G sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So that goes inside of it, and that's like our number 1 seller. Our Monte Cristo is actually really big. It's a sandwich that's made on Hawaiian roll. It has ham and Swiss on the inside, and it's deep fried. Powder it with sugar on top.
Wait, so you do all this cooking? You do all that?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
So you a chef?
I didn't ever think that was going to be my go-to, and I definitely didn't go to school for it. There's so many things out there that you can do and not go to school for, but I think I've definitely found my little, like...
Yeah.
I didn't know I didn't have it in me.
Yeah.
But I guess it is.
Wait, so I was going to your website. Do you guys do, like, meal plans and stuff like that?
We do. We actually... me and my boss thought it was really important to, because of the food that we already offer, and it's organic, it's, doesn't have any hormones, to offer meal prep services.
That is so genius. I don't know of a restaurant that does meal prep services. Like, what?
I haven't found one yet. There's places that do just meal prep, but I haven't found a restaurant yet that offers meal prep inside of it.
I need it.
It's definitely a hidden gem. Me and my boss are both really busy women.
And, see, girl power. We back. We in here. We're in here. Handling.
People don't understand that meal prep is it's intimidating.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me I have to go cook 3 meals to last me 5 days, and I have to do it all in one day, and it's got to fit in my fridge, and it's got to...
like healthy eating, and...
It's all... Yeah.
Do you guys deliver? Like, how does that work?
We definitely deliver. We offer, like, a membership. You sign up for, like, a one-time fee of, like, $129. You get to pick your meals.
Is it throughout the week? Like, is it 7 days a week, or is it, like, 5? Like,
you can order however many meals you'd like. If you only want to do meal prep for 3 days. Some people only want to do, like, lunch. They want to just be able to grab their work lunch and go with them. They only want 5 meals for the whole week. So with the membership, it offers for us to offer you free delivery. So anytime you order from us, you'll get like a login. You come on, you order, and we'll deliver your meals to wherever they're going for free.
Grinson's is so genius.
Yes,
so genius for that. Was that your creative decision? Creative
idea?
Actually,
that was my boss's.
Shout out to her. What's your boss's name?
Yes, her name's Victoria.
Okay, Victoria. All right, Vicky.
Yeah. So I've been. Being in the restaurant industry and trying to lose weight is tough. Yeah. And I kept coming to her like, oh my God, like, I thought I was doing good for a minute, then I have to do the menu, and then I fall back, and then I this, and my personal life.
Everything, right?
You can't serve it unless you taste it.
Yeah.
And then with my personal life and the things that I have going on in there, I'm like a stress eater. Like, I'm stressed out, I'm munching on something, I'm eating on something. So she thought that the meal prep would be, good to have in the restaurant. That's a problem that I have.
That's a great idea, because you don't understand there's so many people that, like, go through that and trying to meal prep and find, great ways to balance their diet, and, because it's hard.
Yes.
Preparing that food is hard. Yes. I tried. I meal prepped once. And that was about it. Like, I'm kind of like a buy and go. Okay?
Yeah, let's just grab and go, please.
That's awesome. That definitely makes your restaurant stand out from, like, any other restaurant. So, what is the social media? What is your personal social media? What is Grinson's social media, so our listeners can know, like, where to go? Because LBC is popping.
Yes, I'm so excited to come to Long Beach. Our restaurant Instagram is _G-Spot with 2 T's.
Okay.
On there, if you follow us, we'll be announcing when we're gonna do our grand opening.
Is it a secret?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I wish I could get the tip.
Where our location is going to be. It's in a very cute, trendy area of Long Beach.
Oh my God.
And whatever new items that we're going to be launching, you'll be able to see that. There'll be a good countdown, to grand opening day. My personal Instagram is Sun Buns. Sun with 2 N's, buns with 2 N's, and an S at the end.
Oh my gosh. Well, Sunny, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for putting me on about the restaurant industry and teaching me some things I did not know, especially about them cage free.
Yes.
But thank you so much for joining me. I had a great time talking to you.
I did too.
You'll definitely be back. We're going to have a good time, girl.
Yes, we are.
And definitely invite me to that grand opening. I want to try your food.
You'll be the first to know.
Thank you. And thank you guys for listening to Talk That Talk with me, Tamara Simone. You can follow me on my Instagram, Tamara Simone Live, and also my YouTube channel at Lights Tamara Action. And until next time, see you later. Bye.